This is the second lecture of the lecture series on topology. I hope all of you have gone through the first lecture where we have introduced the formal definition of topology and given some examples. Let X be any set. A topology on X is a collection tau of subsets of X having following properties. The empty set and the whole space must be a member of that collection. The union of the elements of any subcollection of tau should be in tau. And the third condition says that the intersection of the elements of any finite subcollection of tau is in tau. If any collection tau satisfies all these three properties, then we say that tau is a topology on X. And the set along with that topology is known as a topological space. It is observed that there can be more than one topology on any set. If we have any set, we can define more than one topology on it. So the question is whether the topologies defined on a particular set are comparable or not. Let X be any set and two topologies tau1 and tau2 are defined on it. If tau1 is a subset of tau2, then we say that tau2 is finer than tau1. Some mathematicians use other terminology for the word finer. They say it is larger or stronger in place of finer. That means if tau1 is a subset of tau2, some mathematicians say that tau2 is larger than tau1, and some say tau2 is stronger than tau1. Similarly, if tau1 is a subset of tau2, in other words, we can say that tau1 is coarser than tau2. Some other terminology for coarser are used as weaker or smaller. That means if tau1 is a subset of tau2, we can say that tau1 is weaker than tau2 or tau1 is smaller than tau2. Now let us come to the formal definition of basis for a topology. Let X be any set. A collection B of subsets of X. A collection B of subsets of X is said to be a basis for a topology on X if it satisfies certain conditions. The condition 1 is for each X belongs to X, there exists an element B in the collection such that X belongs to B. The first condition says that for any point X in X, we must have an element in this collection which contains that point. Second condition says for each X in the intersection of two elements B1 and B2 of B, there exists a third element B3 containing X such that B3 is a subset of B1 intersection B2. Second condition says that for each X in the intersection of two elements of B, B1 and B2, if X belongs to B1 intersection B2, then there must exist a third element B3 which contains that X, and that B3 is a subset of B1 intersection B2. If any collection B of subsets of X satisfies these two conditions, then we say that B is a basis for some topology on X. Every element of a basis is known as basis element. For example, let X be a 3-point set A, B, C, and B be the collection of subsets of X, where B contains three subsets of X, A, B, B, C, and B. Now we have to check whether this collection B is a basis for X or not. Clearly, this collection contains three elements A, B, B, C, B, and the set contains four elements A, B, C, D. The first condition of basis says that for every element of X, there must exist a basis element which contains that point. Suppose we take the first point A of X, we have two members here, AB and BC, which contains A. Similarly, for B, we have two elements, AB and BC, which contains B. Similarly, for C, we have another element, BC, which contains C. But for the point D, we don't have any element in this collection which contains the point D. So this collection B is not a basis for any topology on X. Let us take another example. Let X be the 4-point set ABCD, where B contains some subsets of X. Here we have four subsets AB, BC, BD, and B. We have to check whether this collection B is a basis or not. The first condition is satisfied as we have 4 points A, B, C, D. For the first point A, we have an element here AB which contains A. For the second point B, we have many elements, three elements basically, AB, BC, and BD, which contains the point B. Similarly, for the point C, we have an element here BC which contains C. For the fourth point D, we have an element here BD which contains this point D. So the first condition of basis is satisfied by this collection. Let us check whether this collection B satisfies the second condition of basis or not. Second condition of basis says that for every X in intersection of two elements of B, there must exist a third element which contains that point, and that third element should be the subset of the intersection of first two elements of B. Here if we pick two elements which intersects with each other, if we take BC and BD, if this is your first basis element and BD as your second basis element, if we take the intersection of these two basis elements, then there is a point B inside that. B1, suppose BC is your B1 and BD is your B2, then B belongs to B1 intersection B2. And the point inside B1 and intersection B2 is the point B. Now we have to check whether there exists a third basis element B3 which contains the point B, and that third basis element B3 must be a subset of B1 intersection B2. Now here we can say this element B is the third element B3 which contains the point B and is a subset of B1 intersection B2. Similarly, if we take AB as the first basis element B1 and BC as the second basis element B2, then their intersection contains the point B, and this element B can solve our purpose of having a third basis element. So the second condition of basis is satisfied by the collection B. So B is a basis for some topology on X. Now next is how to generate a topology from a basis. Let X be any set and B be a basis. Now we have to generate a topology from this basis B. The topology T generated by the basis B is defined as follows. A subset U of X, a subset U of X is a member of tau. That means we say that U is open in X with respect to the topology tau if for every X belongs to this U, every X belongs to this U, there must exist a basis element B in B which contains that point, and that basis element must be a subset of U. I repeat once again, any subset U of X is said to be open in X with respect to the topology T. That means U is a member of T if for every X belongs to U, there exists a basis element B in B which contains that point, and that basis element must be a subset of U. If this U satisfies this condition, then this U becomes a member of tau. In this way, we can find out all the members of tau. This tau is the topology which is generated from the basis B. Let us check one by one whether this tau is a topology or not. Basically, this tau should satisfy three conditions. If U is the empty set, then there is no point in U. Thus, it is vacuously true that for each X belongs to U, there exists a B such that X belongs to that B. So U belongs to the collection tau because this U satisfies the condition given here, in which way we generated T. Since our U is empty set, our empty set belongs to tau. The second condition for topology is that the whole space should be a member of the collection tau. Let U be the whole space X. Now the first condition of basis says that for every X belongs to X, there must exist a basis element which contains that point X. By that first condition of basis, we can say that for each X belongs to this U, because our U is the whole space X, there exists a basis element which contains that point and is in X. So U is open in X. That means U is a member of tau. So our second condition of topology is satisfied. The third condition is that arbitrary union of members of tau should be in tau. Let us collect arbitrary member U alphas from the collection tau. We have to show that the union of these U alphas should belongs to tau, must be in tau. Let us assume that our U is equal to union of all those U alphas. Now, as we have to prove that this U belongs to tau, we have to show that for every X belongs to U, there must exist a basis element B which contains this point X, and that basis element must lie inside U. So for each X belongs to U, since our U is union of all U alphas, there exists some U alpha which contains that point X. Since U alpha is open in X, there exists a basis element B which contains that point X. Because here X belongs to U, that means X belongs to one of those U alphas. And all these U alphas are open. That means all these U alphas are members of tau. So since X belongs to one of those U alpha, there exists a basis element B which contains the point X, and that B is a subset of that U alpha. From this we can say that X belongs to B is a subset of union of U alphas. That means X belongs to B is a subset of U. So U is open in X. That is, union of U alpha is open in X, or we can say that union of all those U alphas belongs to the collection tau. So the third condition of topology is also satisfied. Next is our fourth condition. Fourth condition says that fourth condition says that finite intersection of elements of tau should be in tau. Let us take finite number of elements u1, u2, u3, un from tau. We have to show that intersection of this u1, u2, u3 up to un is in tau. This can be shown by the method of induction. For n is equal to 1, the fact is trivial because if n is equal to 1, then we have only u1 with us. Since this u1 is a member of tau, for every x belongs to u1, there exists a basis element which contains that point. Now for n is equal to 2, let us take two elements u1 and u2 from tau. We have to show that u1 intersection u2 is in tau. Let x belongs to u1 intersection u2. We have to show that there exists a basis element which contains this point x, and that basis element must be a subset of u1 intersection u2. Since x belongs to u1 intersection u2, our x belongs to u1 as well as x belongs to u2. Since u1 and u2 are open in X, there exist two basis elements b1 and b2 such that X belongs to b1, which is a subset of u1, and X belongs to b2, which is a subset of u2. Thus X belongs to b1 intersection b2 because X belongs to b1 as well as b2. X belongs to b1 intersection b2, and b1 is a subset of u1, b2 is a subset of u2. So b1 intersection b2 is a subset of u1 intersection u2. Since X belongs to b1 intersection b2, by the condition 2 of the basis, definition of basis, which says that if there exists a point in the intersection of two basis element, then there exists a third basis element b3 which contains the point, and the third basis element must be a subset of b1 intersection b2. So by that condition, there exists a third element b3 in B such that X belongs to b3, which is a subset of b1 intersection b2. As we have taken initially X in u1 intersection u2, we have now for every X belongs to u1 intersection u2, there is a basis element b3 which we get from this. There exists a basis element b3 satisfying X belongs to b3 is a subset of u1 intersection u2. So our u1 intersection u2 is a member of tau. So our u1 intersection u2 belongs to tau. So the case is true for n is equal to 2. Now let us assume that the case is true for n minus 1, and we have to prove that the case is true for n. Now for n, let us take n elements u1, u2, u3, un belongs to tau. We have to prove that intersection of these n elements is in tau. Now the intersection of these n elements u1 intersection u2 intersection up to un can be written as u1 intersection u2 up to intersection n minus 1 un minus 1 intersection un. Since we assume that the case is true for n minus 1, this intersection from u1 intersection u2 up to un minus 1 is true. This belongs to tau. And un is also belongs to tau. So here we have two elements, the intersection of u1 intersection u2 intersection u3 up to intersection un minus 1 belongs to tau, and un belongs to tau. We have to prove that intersection of these two elements also in tau, and this is possible because we have proved this case for n is equal to 2. So intersection of this with un is in That implies U1 intersection U2 up to intersection UN is in tau. Hence, tau is a topology on X which is generated from the basis. Let us take an example. Let X be a 3-point set A, B, C, and B be a collection of subsets of X which contains 3 subsets AC, BC, and C. Clearly, this collection B is a basis for some topology on X because this collection B satisfies both the conditions of basis. That means first condition is for every X belongs to X, there must exist a basis element which contains that point. We have 3 points here A, B, C. For the point A, we have this element in the basis which contains A. Here we have another element BC which contains B, and we have AC, BC, and C, 3 elements of basis which contains the point C. So for every element of X, there exists a basis element which contains those points. So first condition of basis is satisfied. Second condition says that for every X belongs to intersection of two basis element, there must exist a third basis element which contains that point, and the third basis element must be a subset of the intersection of two basis elements. This condition is also satisfied because here if we take AC as the first basis element and BC as second basis element, intersection of AC and BC contains one element, that is C, and for C we have a third basis element here, the singleton set C, which contains the point C, and this C is a subset of this AC intersection BC. So this B is a basis. Now, what is the topology which is generated from this basis? We have to check which subsets of X are open in X with respect to the topology generated from B. Now, let us take one by one all the subsets of X. And those subsets which satisfies the condition what we have defined for the topology which is generated from basis, then we say that that subset is a member of that tau. We can easily check that the empty set phi and X are open because it satisfies the condition what we have defined, the topology T is generated from a basis P. If we take the subset A, let U is equal to the singleton set A, we have to check whether this U belongs to tau or not. We can see that this U contains a single point A, but for this point A, there doesn't exist any basis element which contains that point and is a subset of U. You can very easily check that this A belongs to the basis element AC, but AC is not a subset of U. So we don't have a basis element which contains the point A and is a subset of U. So this U cannot be open in the topology which is generated from the basis. So A is not a member of tau. Let us take another element, another subset of X, that is the singleton set B. Whether this B belongs to tau or not. In the same way, we can say that if the subset B contains a single element B and there doesn't exist any basis element containing B which is a subset of the singleton set B. Here we have a basis element BC which contains the point B, but this basis element B doesn't belongs to the singleton set B. So singleton set B is not a member of tau. Similarly, if we take the subset AB, AB contains 2 points A and B. For this A, we have a basis element AC which contains the point A, but this basis element AC is not a subset of this AB set. Similarly, for the point B in the subset AB, we have a basis element containing B as BC, but again this basis element is not a subset of this set AB. So this subset AB is not a member of this tau. What are the other members which belongs to tau? We have first proved that empty set belongs to tau, the whole space belongs to tau, singleton set A doesn't belongs to tau, singleton set B doesn't belongs to tau, but the singleton set C belongs to tau because C contains only one element C, and C itself is a basis element, so there exists a basis element which contains the point C and is a subset of the singleton set C. So singleton set C belongs to tau. And the set AB is not in tau. If we take a set containing 2 points BC, that belongs to tau because the set BC is a basis element. If we take this BC as a subset of X, then that contains two elements. For the point B in BC, there exists a basis element, BC itself. Similarly, for the point C, there exists a basis element BC itself, which contains the point C and is a subset of the set BC. So BC is a member of tau. Similarly, CA. CA belongs to tau as CA is a basis element. So finally, we have the topology tau as empty set X, phi, whole space X, set AC, and the subset BC, and the singleton set C. This topology is generated from the basis B. From this example, we have an observation that every basis element is open in the topology generated from the basis, because here in the topology generated from the basis is here, and these three elements AC, BC and C are basis elements. So every basis element is open in the topology which is generated from the basis. So in this lecture we have studied the definition of a basis. We have shown some examples in support of that, and we defined the topology which is generated from a basis. In the next lecture, we'll study some examples based on the topics covered in these two lectures, and we'll show some results based on basis. Thank you.